Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, dear students. Welcome to your online lesson of social studies. Today we are going to do unit 8 and the name of unit 8 is the form. Take out your textbook. We are going to do pages 30 and 31. Please take out a sharp pencil and a scale also. Before starting the lesson, let's discuss the learning objectives. Students will be able to know about building materials, different objects made of different materials, transport used in city and village. What do we mean by building materials? The material which is used to construct or to build a building or build something. Discussion points. Hiba and Rafi went on a picnic with Dada. Dada took them in his old car. They saw a mosque made of brick. They ate their lunch near a big lake. Then they had a boat ride. On the way back, Dada's old car got slow and then stopped. The road was quiet. They were far from home. A man took them to his old house in a wooden cart. His house was made of mud. A boy gave them water. Now open page number 31. On the top left, write down Tuesday. Tuesday's T should be capital. Be careful about spellings. Draw a line with scale. Then give some space and write down classwork. C should be capital. Again give some space. And then write 26th January, J should be capital, comma 2021. This is the year 2021, so be careful, write down the day and date carefully. Before starting the lesson, let's have a look on these pictures. I hope most of you have been to a picnic with your family, friends or cousins. So why do we go to a picnic? We go to a picnic to enjoy, to eat, to refresh our mind, to make some good memories, to explore, to see the beauty of nature. So by going to a picnic, we get these all chances to refresh ourselves. Now in Pakistan or anywhere in the world, there are so many picnic spots. If you want to go to a picnic, you can go to a historical building, or you can go to a natural spot, or you can go simply to a park and you can go and sit there and have some food and chit chat with your family and friends. Now look here, this is the picture of Hana Lake. It's in Quetta and it's a very famous picnic spot. People go there to see the beauty of nature. Now look here, this is the picture of Badshahi Mosque. So most of you, when you go to Lahore, you go to see this beautiful building. And look here, this is Wazir Khan Mosque. It's also a historical place. So most of the people go there to see the art and to see the way the people in old times construct the buildings. Now look here, this is the picture of a family. They are sitting, they have put a cloth mat and they're eating, they're having some food. They all are happy, they are smiling, some kids are playing and they are enjoying the beautiful day and the nature. So by going to a picnic, we get these all chances to enjoy and to refresh ourselves. Now my dear students, look here. By looking at these pictures, you can see that these houses are made of mud. And where we can see the mud houses? In city? No. Mostly the mud houses are constructed or built in the village. So the people in the village, they build the mud house. Okay, and look here how clean they keep their houses. And look here, the people who do not have the chance to paint their house, they paint themselves. Okay, look here, they have drawn some patterns and flowers on the wall. Now when we will read, then I will tell you what is the basic purpose of building the houses with mud. Now look here, what is this? This is a cart, wooden cart. A cow is here and a cart is attached to it. This is a very common mean of transport that is used in village. As you know, the villagers, they go and work in the fields. so they cannot take other vehicles, so they take this common vehicle, the wooden cart, to the fields to carry their things. Now my dear students, have a look at page number 30. Now open page number 30. The name of unit 8 is The Farm. A day out from Karachi. As you know, Hiba is in Karachi to meet his cousin Rafe. So they went out to explore new places. Let's start the reading. One day, Hiba and Rafe go on a picnic. They go to Thatta. Tata takes them in his old car. Now what is Thatta? It's a place outside Karachi. They see a lovely mosque. It is made of brick. It is nearly 400 years old. It is quiet. Now my dear students, look here. Hiba and Rafe, they went on a picnic. As I have told you before, that why do we go to picnic? To explore new things and to spend some good time. So Rafe and Hiba went to a picnic with Dada, and where did they go? They went to Thatta. It's a place outside Karachi. Dada takes them in his old car. Now Dada has an old car in which they went there. They saw a lovely mosque and it was made of brick. Now look here, they have shown you a mosque and it's all made of brick. They have told from which material it was made. It was made of brick. Now my dear students, you know that there are different building materials. From looking at old buildings, we see that in old times mostly people used to build the houses or buildings with bricks or mud or clay. It is nearly 400 years old. It is quiet. Of course, it was old, so it was very quiet. There was no crowd and it was very peaceful and quiet. Now my dear students, by looking at these historical places, we know that how the people used to construct the buildings in old time. And my dear students, you know that in old times there was no electricity, and the science and technology was not that much at its peak as it's now. And due to science and technology, we have easy access to the things, like if you want to build a house or a big building, we have cranes, we have loaders. But in old time, people have to put their lot of effort to build a building. They eat their picnic lunch near a big lake. Then they have a boat ride. They have a lovely day. But on the way home, Dada's car goes very slowly. It makes a lot of noise. Then it stops. Oh dear, says Dada. Now what happened? They went there and they ate their lunch. Now picnic is incomplete without having a good food. So they went there, they sat near a big lake and they had some food. They ate their lunch. Then they have a boat ride. Look here, this is the boat and they are taking the boat ride. So recall, if you have a picnic, and have you ever been to a boat or have you ever took a boat ride? Now my dear students, here one thing more I will like to add that we have already done. There are three means of transport. What is transport? The vehicles which are used to move from one place to another. So what are the three means of transport? Water transport, land transport and air transport. In water transport, the boats and ships are added, and when we talk about land transport, the lorries, bus, carts, cars, bike, these are all the mean of land transport. And whenever we talk about air transport, we include aeroplanes and helicopters. So here, as they are moving in the water, in the sea, in the lake, so they are using the boat as a water transport. Now look here, when they were going back home, Tata's car goes very slowly. Why it got slow? Because as we have read before, it was an old car, so it got some problem. First it made lots of noise. and then it stopped. Oh dear, says Dada. Now Dada got worried. Why? Because they were very far away from their home and their car got stopped. Now they needed some help to get it to the mechanic or to go back to their home. Now let's move toward page number 31. The farmhouse. The road is quiet. It is very hot. They are far from home. A wooden cart comes by. The bus goes in 1 hour, says the man in the cart. Come and wait in my house. The house is made of mud. Inside it is cool. A boy gives them water. Thank you, says Dada. Now look here. Now it was stopped. The road was very quiet and it was very hot and they couldn't see any other vehicle on the road so that they can ask for help. They were very far from home. They were away from home. And a wooden cart comes by. Now what is wooden cart? I have shown you before in the picture. This is the wooden cart and it's the mean of the transport that is mostly used in the villages. Now you know that in village mostly the people they do not have cars. So what do they do to move or work in their field? They have animals at their homes, especially the cows or buffaloes, and they join or attach a cart with them. They put their stuff on it or they move from one place to another. As you know, the villagers have to work in the field, so they take their animals and cart in the field to move and to move the stuff from one place to another place. A wooden cart comes by. Now look here, we are reading that the cart, from which material the cart is made. It is made of wood. And from which material the car is made? It's made of metal. Okay, now you know that there are different materials due to science and technology and different means. There new materials have been introduced now which are used in the things which are in our daily use, like plastic. If you see, in old times the plastic was not invented and most of the things were made of mud, wood, bricks or clay. But now the modern mean of building, or you can say a new material, is plastic. And in plastic there is lots of variety. Some plastic is hard, some is flexible, some is soft. Okay, so we see that the cart was made of wood. The man came here and he said the bus goes in 1 hour. So he is talking about the bus. The bus is used to go from one place to another, to go from one city to another city, or to cover the long distance. When you have to go to a long journey, mostly the people go from bus. So the man said, as it's a village, the bus will come here in 1 hour, so you can go back to your home. Come and wait in my house. Now look here, the man was very nice. He was very good. He offered them that it's very hot and you are standing here alone. You can come here, you can wait at my house, and when the bus will come, then you can go back. Okay, now look here, the house is made of mud. Again, another building material is mud. Now my dear students, as I have shown you in the previous picture, the houses in the village are made of mud or clay. Okay, so most of them are made of mud and clay. Now what one purpose of building the houses with mud is to keep it cool. You know, the mud absorbs the heat and it keeps the you can say inner side of the house cool. It keeps their room cool. And in village, the most of the houses are very airy and open. Okay, so because when in old times electricity was not available to the villagers, so that's why they constructed the buildings or their houses in a way that they could get the you can say the air through the natural resource. Okay, they keep their houses airy so that their houses remain cool and nice. Okay, airy. Now, my dear students, look here. A boy gives them water. Thank you, says Dada. Now, look here. As you know, thank you, saying thank you is a good manner. So, whenever someone gives you something, you should say thank you in return. Now, look here at this picture. This picture shows the life of the people in the village. Look here, there is a cart, there is a mud house, and there is a lady who is using the hand pump, and a boy is filling the water. Now, as we live in the city, many things are very easy for us, like the things that we use due to the progress of technology and new inventions. Our life has become more easy, but in the most of the villages these things are not easily available, and people have to put lot of effort to meet their daily needs. So look here, this girl is using the hand pump and the boy is filling the water. And you know, in old times when there were no hand pumps, people had to travel very far away from their home by foot to bring water from one place to another, and it was very difficult for them. But now, as the time has been changed, now it's the modern time, new things are available for them to live their life easily. So now, as if we say, in most of the villages electricity is available, gas is available, and new means of inventions are also available, modern type of taps and everything. But in some places still these things are not available, and people have to use these things to live their life. Like most of the people still, they build their houses from mud. They have no electricity, so the mud keeps their house cool. Most of them, they don't have the bikes or the cars. Okay, so they use their animals and the wooden cart to move from one place to another place. And look here, as in most of the you can say places or villages, still the modern type of taps are not available, so or water pipelines are not available. So what they do, they use the hand pumps to fill the water. Now you can see the difference of the village life and the city life, and you can see that there are different building materials used. Now, which building materials we have, about which materials we have learned in this lesson? About bricks, about wood, and about mud. Now, my dear students, move toward the exercise given at the end of the page. Write sentences in your notebook. Now look here, there are two columns, and in the middle is written, it's written is made of. In first column it's written the old mosque, the cart, the man's house, and my house. And in the next column it's written wood, mud, and brick. So the old mosque is made of which thing? Which material the old mosque was made? We have done it. Yes, the old mosque was made of brick. Now move to number 2. You have to write the full sentence. The cart. The cart is made of. Now recall from which material the cart was made. Yes, it was made of wood. So the cart is made of wood. The man's house. From which material the man's house is built? Yes, the man's house is made of mud. Yes. Number 4. My house is made of. Now look here and think, your house is made of wood, mud, or brick? Yes, my house is made of brick. So brick is the modern and old mean of building. Okay, it's a building material which was used in old times and in modern time as well. Now my dear students, let's have a look on today's lesson again. Hiba and Rafe went on a picnic with Dada. They went to Thatta and they saw an old mosque which was built 400 years old, and it was made of brick. Then they went at a big lake. They ate their lunch and then they went back. But on the way back, Tata's old car stopped. Then they met a man who was in a wooden cart. There was a long road, it was quiet and it was very hot. That man was very nice to them. Then he asked them to come and wait in his house. And his house was made of mud. And we have learned that in the village, the people's life is totally different from the life of people who are in city. The villagers mostly who work in the fields, they mostly use the wooden cart, they use the hand pumps, and their houses are built of mud. Okay, so my dear students, I hope you have understood and that about different materials, that houses and other buildings are made of mud, sometimes wood and bricks, and you got to know that the plastic is the modern material, and the people who live in the village, their lifestyle is different, the things that they use, they are different, and the material from which they build their things, they are totally different from the things that are used in the city. Now my dear students, have a nice day. Allah Hafiz.